The topic for today is story writing. Alright? And this video is specially for the students who find story writing difficult. Okay? So, what comes first when we talk about story writing? We know the structure, how the structure is. We have the title, we have the story, the content, and then we have the moral of the story. So, the structure is quite simple. But then, why do students find story writing really difficult? So, this session will really help you to understand story writing. So, here, when we talk about story writing, I have intentionally here given examples of movie titles over books because most of the people are more familiar with movies, right? Now, speaking about the title, right? When we speak about the title of the story, what is the main thing that we see? When we look or listen to the title of the movie, we find it very attractive, don't we? They sound really attractive because enough care is being taken to make the title appealing. So when you look at the titles, like you can see, look at the title of the movies, whether it's the most popular movie Dangal, or it's Tare Zameen Par, or even if it is the series that we watch on television. Here the name is A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Worst Witch, Just Add Magic. So these all titles, they seem to be really very attractive, right? They seem to be attractive, and that makes the person really think about what the content might be of the movie or the book. Okay? Once you're done with the title, now let's discuss how to write a story. So when we talk about story writing, as in, we know that there is a main character. Now, when we talk about a basic, simple story, we know there is a main character, there's a protagonist, and the story starts with the protagonist being very happy in whatever situation he is, and then suddenly he comes across a challenge or problem, and later on, how he overcomes his problem and how he comes out, what he does. These are all the aspects of the story. And later on, there is a moral for us. In most of the stories, you have a moral, something to learn from the main character, something to learn from the protagonist of the story, isn't it? So that is what you need to keep in mind. The beginning, the problems, the challenges, how he overcomes the challenges, how he or she overcomes the challenges, and then something that you give the reader back, something, even if it's a slightest uh, thought for the reader to think over. That's the intention of the story. Okay, and now see, um if we take a careful look, uh, we realize most of the stories, they have a particular plot or a particular storyline, and they have the most common storylines. So what I insist you is, here we have some storyline lines and plots which will help you to write story based on different plots and different ideas. So when we talk about some common storylines, the first one is here. You can even write down the points as you are looking at the screen. Please write down the points so that it becomes easy for you to write your story. So the first one is the search to find someone or something, right? The search to find someone or something. Now, in this kind of a plot or storyline, you have the main character who searches for a place, thing, or a person, right? And the main character, he leaves his home. He leaves his home, and then during his search, he faces different problems, and then how he overcomes these problems, how he faces these problems, that you need to write. And then along his journey, whom does he meet? The people who help him, and later on he finds whatever he quests for, like we have this movie, Finding Nemo, right? It's about a clownfish who goes and search for his missing son, and the entire movie is beautifully written based on his search, right? So in that way you can create a story where you can just take the main character, and he learns about something, or there is someone in his life who leaves him and goes away, so he goes and searches that person. Or you can write about a thing that makes him go and really have a quest. Okay, so very clear with this first. Okay, so the first plot, once again I'll repeat, the first plot here is search to find someone or something. So here, the main character, he is in search of a person or a place or a thing. So the main character, he has to leave his house. He faces some problems, and then how he overcomes these problems. And along his journey of quest and search, whom does he meet in between? And how these people they help him, and finally he finds whatever he wants to find. And the best example, as I told you, is the movie Finding Nemo, where this clownfish he goes in search for his missing son Nemo. Alright? The next one that we have here is the concept of poverty to riches. Now, this concept is like the rags to rich story, where the main character he is poor, right? For example, you can build up a story where the main character is very poor and somebody humiliates him. Something happens that triggers that urge of doing something within him. Circumstances are bad, okay? Circumstances are bad, and then the main character decides to change his or her destiny, and he reaches his goal in the end, and he becomes rich. And the main like the you can as you can take the example of the movie Slumdog Millionaire, or there's this beautiful movie called The Pursuit of Happiness, right? Okay, so you have to build up a story. Once you know the theme, you can just add in so many points and take your character in different situations and problems and the way he deals with it. Understand the theme. The previous one was quest for something. Now this is rags to rich, right? From poverty to richness. This is the theme. Now the next theme is journey and return, where see in the present situation, the protagonist or your main character, he has a very big problem and he runs away from his problems, right? And when he goes away, he tries to introspect what happens, and then he finds his strength. He learns the meaning of responsibility and bravery, and then his inner strength is developed. He gets to know his weaknesses and his stronger areas, and then he returns and he solves the problem that he had left unsolved, right? So this is one theme that you can use to write the story about the journey and the self introspection and return of your main character. Okay, next we have the bad and the good, right? This is the most common. Like we find this everywhere, even in movies and storybooks and novels, right? Where the main character is really a very good person and he's troubled by a villain or an evil person. and this main character, he has to face this evil person, the villain of the story, and at the end you find that of course it's always victory of good over evil. So here we can take example of the movie like Batman versus Superman, or Krish movie. Okay, good versus bad. And the best example is the story of Ramayana, where it is the victory of good over evil. Alright? Now let's move further to the another theme, that is defeat an imaginary creature. So you have these stories where any imaginary creature tends to destroy the world, and the main character of the story defeats or overpowers the creature. Right? Alright? So your imaginary creature can be anything. It can be a robot. It can be any other different creature from other planet or something like that. Or we have this movie called Robot, or we had this movie called Zombies, right? So this is the easiest plot. There's somebody who doesn't belong to this earth comes on the earth with a bad intention of taking control of the earth, causing destruction. And the main hero of the movie uses his mind, and then he does something, and this creature is either defeated, sent away, or killed. Okay? So, this is the plot. Next is like about sports personality. And like in this also, in this storyline, you can include or take an example of any sports personality, how he faces problem. Maybe he is poor, or maybe he had to go something really bad and had to stay away from this from the sport that he or she loved so much, and later on how his or her comeback was so powerful. So even that you can include in your story. Or you can also write stories about physically disabled people, right? Okay, so when you talk about sports, is how the sports person overcomes his problems, rises and becomes a star again. This is also a good storyline and plot that you can use to practice story writing. Next is my favorite, that is breaking social barrier. Now, in this, you can include so many things. You can include so many things. You can include about mental health, like you can include about acceptance of people of all gender and race, stories about people, how they deal with the mental health. So we had this movie called Dear Zindagi. Uh, it spoke about mental health. Then we had movies about women empowerment. We had movies about child labor. We even had movies about. You can also write stories about literacy or illiteracy. You can also put in stories where how in society we have this caste discrimination. You can have the stories about how rural and urban, there's a difference between rural and urban life, and how it so happens if people from rural areas they come in urban areas, what problems they face. Even those stories you can write. And when we talk about story writing, you can also of course include topics like gender discrimination and so on. Okay, right? We have so many movies based on this, where when we talk about breaking social barriers, you can also include these stories. We had this movie Tare Zameen Par about the misconception of parents not accepting the condition of the child, isn't it? We had this movie called My Name is Khan, which also dealt about this person who had a, a mental issue which was really ignored for so many years, and later on People got to know that he is really mentally sick, isn't it? So you can include any topic. And my suggestion is that you write, try to pick up all these plots one by one, the storyline one by one, and try to write story based on each of the topic. So you have variety of stories dealing with some kind of reality, and that these kind of plots will bring a difference to your storyline. Keep your language simple. It is not necessary that you just go and you really use a very difficult vocabulary. No, keep the story really simple, and you can write it with um, a bit of imagination, bit of idea as to how to write the story. So I insist you to write down these points and write story based on each storyline. Okay? So once you get to know the plot, you also have to keep a few things in your mind. As I told you before also, like you shouldn't leave the story in between. Most of the children, what they do is that even during their test or when you practice at home, you tend to leave the story incomplete. Don't do that. Whatever, in whatever way it is possible, please try to complete your story. Don't mind if your ending isn't that impressive, but try to complete the story. Don't leave the story hanging with only half of the idea or plot. That is the most irritating thing that you can do for the examiner. Okay? Now, when you get um now for your examination, what do you get is you get opening line, or you get a closing line, or you get an outline story, or you get a picture, right? You have to write the story based on whatever question and input is given to you, right? So if it is an opening line, right, you have to start with that opening line mostly. And now for example, here you have an example: loud noise of crackers startled everybody. So here when you look at the opening line of the story and the word crackers, immediately most of the students, what they do is they start writing about um, something happened in Diwali, right? The festival of Diwali. The setting is mostly about the festival of Diwali. Now you need to know that most of the students are going to write about the same thing. Okay, they are going to pick up the topic because looking at the word cracker, immediately they'll start writing about Diwali, and the setting would be about Diwali, right? So please don't do that. Try to put in something different that others won't do. Okay, for example, here uh, we have this story. Hmm? Now, the title here is Little Minds, Big Burden. Now, when you write the title, mostly how it is, you write it later on. Once you finish writing the story, you write the title and the moral later on. Okay? So when you write don't forget to write the title. It so happens that by the end you finish the story, you're so exhausted that you forget writing the title. But don't do that. Better you just underline and keep the title blank so that you get to know that you have underlined here to write something later on. Okay? So look at the story now here. The loud noise of crackers startled everybody. It was about 12 p.m. and everyone was planning to sleep. But after hearing the noise, almost the whole locality had come on the street to see what had happened. Near the locality was a factory that manufactured firecrackers. See now, when you write a story which is really very short, you should directly come to the point immediately without introducing anyone, without writing too much about. too much introduction, or right, introducing the characters, or about the like the setting of the story. Immediately you should come to the point, because you're writing a short story, not a novel. In the examination, the more sooner you come to the main plot of the story, the better it is. Like you see, it was about 12 p.m. and everyone was planning to sleep, but after hearing the noise, almost the whole locality had come on the street to see what had happened. Directly, what happened, the activity is shown here, isn't it? Directly, the activity here, it is shown in the story. Near the locality was a factory that manufactured the firecrackers. We could see smoke emerging out of the windows of the factory. Some of the people, including me, decided to go to the factory. Dark smoke and noise of the children screaming haunted the factory. We decided to enter the factory as only the first floor of the factory had caught fire. So you are showing through your story what you really visualize, that you have shown in your writing. The children were on the first floor. People from our locality rushed to get help from the nearest police station. Meanwhile, I called up the fire brigade. In a few minutes, the fire brigade arrived and the children were saved. The children were enquired, and it was found that they were monthly wage workers. They belonged to different parts of the country. We were horrified when we were informed that child labor was being practiced in our locality. That was the day when we realized how important it was to be aware of what goes around us. We called an NGO and informed them about the incident. The NGO assured us that they would take the responsibility of the children, and the police also assured us that proper legal action would be taken against the owner of the factory and all the people involved in this crime. So, here at the end, we have written the moral also. Eliminating child labor is a social responsibility. This is the moral. So, the story is very simple. What happened, and immediately the story is taken further with a simple ending. That is, of course, expected only. That you are the main character here in the story, and what you did to save the children. It's a simple, very simple story, but the way it is written, right? And this is written by my student Simran. Okay? So it is really a story which is really simple, based on the opening lines. The intention while writing was to be a little different, and also to give in a social message about child labor here. The intention was to write the story based on the opening line, to be a little different, and to include something from the plots that we discussed, right? Breaking social barriers, right? Something different, which leaves with a moral here that child labor is a social responsibility and we should know what is going on around us and be aware of it. Okay? And don't forget, um, a moral is necessary. A moral is a lesson to be learned from the story, isn't it? So you shouldn't forget to write a moral. Alright? And that's all about the story writing.